Welcome to the CUSD Synthetic Turf Training video. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. This video is about 10 minutes long and covers the basics for small and large turf repairs and the most used tools for maintaining the new fields, the drag map. If you have any additional questions, please check the maintenance manual. There should be one on site and at the facilities office. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, I'm Dale. Hey everybody. My phone number is 435-862-6159. Call me anytime if you have questions about repairing your field. I'm here to take care of the school. First of all, for small repairs, this PL adhesive you can get at Lowe's or Home Depot is great. The biggest thing about a repair is you want to make sure that there is no sand, so no infill in it, and you don't want to trap any fibers. So if you have a little corner that's coming up like this, you want to catch it sooner than later or else it'll keep pulling up. The glue is made to hold this way, not this way. Somebody could come out and probably yank real hard and tear a field up if they really wanted to. So here I'm going to clean out, maybe if we got some power on this. We don't. We want to get that sand out of there. Keep your vacuum on a charger. And a little bit of humidity with this glue actually activates the glue a little bit faster. If you look at polyurethane glue like Gorilla Glue, it'll actually say sprinkle it with water if you want it to dry faster. So now I've cleaned out the sand. I don't want to get any of the fibers because the glue does not stick to the fibers. If you get glue on the fibers, if it's wet, clean it with WD-40. If you don't want to smear it, just let it dry for about an hour and then just pluck it off, and it will pull right out of the fibers. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and get some glue. If it's going to come out, this is a new tube. I don't want to squeeze it too much or we'll get way too much. I do recommend having a rag out here. We did not grab one. So you want to go ahead and get a good coating on your turf. I typically put it on the turf versus the seam tape below. And the reason being is you want to make sure you got a good coating on your turf itself. And then you go ahead and you push that right down in. Ideally, about 20 minutes from now, you'll push it back down again, make sure it's solid, and then you'll take and you'll put infill back in and level everything out. I would not do a large repair if there was a game gonna play within, a half hour. If you have a couple hours before, then it's okay. Should be nothing major that you end up having. This will be just little stuff that you find the coach will bring up. As you can see, it's pretty simple. Larger repair, they've supplied us with this 2-part component glue. It is 1 part to 3 parts. So 1 part hardener to 3 parts of the glue. You can just mix up a small amount. They've left these spatulas. Don't ever throw these away. The glue will not stick permanently to them. So after if you have a large repair, you open it up, you spread the large amount of glue down on the seam tape and then up on the edges of the turf. You want to make sure you get on the edges of the turf. And then you push that down just like I showed you and let it dry. Then just let the glue dry on your spatula because you can come back the next day and it will peel right off the spatula. Gloves are good to wear. We got some gloves here too. This glue sticks to your hands for days. There's nothing that washes it off. While it's still wet, WD-40 will get most of it off, but once it dries on your hands, you just have to wear it off, sweat it off. Any other questions? This is the drag mat by Team Installation. It's a heavy rubber mat made so it will not damage the turf. You hook this up onto your cart and you drag your field. What it does, the main purpose is it levels all your infill out. It also brings any of your fibers so they're standing up nice and true so you don't get wear spots of them just wearing down. As you drag it, it actually will pick up a lot of loose fibers that you always get on a field. You'll never have a field that doesn't lose fibers. And also, it gathers a lot of garbage. Leaves, rocks, you'll find snaps, bobby pins. And so whenever you stop, you want to stop in an area where you can plan on sweeping this all up and removing it from the field. You do not want to drag your drag mat onto the track, and also watch so you do not hit your goalposts. And in this case, you do not want to hit any of your lane gate inserts.
What happens if you hit them or drag it on the track?
You will damage your insert. You will also damage the mat. If you go up onto the track, it can actually gouge the rubber right down to the asphalt.
Okay. And when you're dragging, how often do you drag?
Okay, dragging can be done as much as you need to. If you have tournaments going on, you need things leveled out, you can do it daily. I recommend weekly to bi-weekly. Also, when you drag and you bring your fibers up, if you want to actually do some directional coloring down your sidelines, you can drag your last pass one way, the next one the other way, and it'll actually give that two-tone look down your sideline.
Okay, anything else we should know about the drag mat? Should we hang it?
I recommend for storage, hang it up. You do not want to store it rolled over. It will eventually start splitting there. You do not want to store it outside because it is rubber. The sun will wear on it. So if possible, put some hooks on a wall, hang it up, and it will keep it nice for the longest.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the speed for the drag mat's about 10-12 miles an hour. If it's going smooth, that's a perfect speed. If the front end is bouncing, you want to slow down. If the infill has been unlevel in that area, and if it bounces, it'll actually create washboards in your infill, and then you'll have to drag it again to level it out. Dragging the field, take 3 or 4. Okay, whenever you drag the field, you want your final drag to be into the leaning fibers. So in this case, from home to visitors, you want your final drag, just because that brings the fibers up and stands them up the way you want them. Your sidelines will have to look at, but if you notice, one side will lean one way, the other way. So as you go around, you want to do your final pass so those all stand up as well. There's something that in the turf industry we call wild hairs. Not that I have wild hair, but what it is, it's this black backing. Okay? Whenever you cut a seam, wherever you cut into it, you cut into the backing and you throw away the extra, but a lot of times little pieces of the scrim. And this is the backing, weaved backing will stay on. You want to make sure you cut these off. You don't want to necessarily pull, because if you start pulling, it could be a piece that goes all the way down there, and you could pull up a little wrinkle, or worse is you cut your finger because you're pulling so hard it doesn't break, because it's pretty tough stuff. So this kind of stuff, you want to make sure you just cut it off. You can take your scissors and go just below the turf or even with the turf, because this stuff will lay down.